It is said that the East-West War began when Tim Dog released F Compton.
Hey, yo, easy. Fuck Compton. Fuck Compton.
Kurt Juice goes, yo, Tim is dope. Tim is dope. But I'm going to tell you how we going to get a deal. I'm going to tell you how we going to get a deal. He said, you're going to take Tim, put him on a beat similar to Chorus Line, and have them diss the motherfuckers from the West Coast.
And while many think that Dre and Snoop's Dre Day was the direct reply to F Compton, I suggest that Rodney and Joe Cooley's F New York was the direct reply to F Compton.
Some New Yorkers don't know where we coming from, and one has the nerve to try to miss Compton. I take it personal when you diss my hood, son. Now you got me wanna freak you off, son.
Now while F Compton was 91, Dre Day 92, F New York 93, there's a trilogy by Luke in between all of this that take place between 1990, 1992, and 1993, and Fuck a Gang.
Who gives a fuck about a gang? Niggas from the bottom, we're doing our own thing. We getting paid these days. Shit, we do crime, but our crime paid.
Fakin' Like Gangsters.
Picture a nigga that's raw as me. The motherfucking J to T. Tired of niggas saying how bad they are. Frontin' like gangsters, but I call them gang stars. Stars who wanna be gangsters.
And Cowards in Compton get sprayed in Dade.
Every nigga on death row must be a joke. I put a lever to the chair and watch you niggas smoke. Real niggas don't follow punks down here. I guess your nigga Snoopy Dogg must be a queer. So who the fuck is gonna blast in Miami? Fuck with me and I'll kill your whole family. Let me tell you something. Cowards in Compton get sprayed in Dade. Cowards in Compton get sprayed in Dade. Pussy. Cowards in Compton get sprayed in motherfucking Dade. You hoe ass nigga, you my bitch. Hell yeah.
Mention that because a lot of people were confused why Snoop was dissing Luke on Dre Day.
Easy E can eat a big fat dig. Tim Dog can eat a big fat dig. Luke can eat a fat dig, yeah.
And when Snoop called out Eazy-E, obviously there's real Compton City G's and it's on. Interestingly enough, MC8 and DJ Quik, who had beef, they both also beefed with the East Coast. Compton's Most Wanted had Who's Fucking Who. And Another Victim. DJ Quik had The Last Word and Way Too Funky.
Just like that, I'm born and raised. You wish you could fade. And when you picked up that album cover, you knew I was paid, Tim. Cause this is 92, and yes, your style is through. And if your record ain't selling, what fool, I thought you knew that this is straight Bronx killer, straight Bronx money. Yeah, your city's a dump, and fool, your junk don't bump. And you apologize to him, cause you had to think fast. Saying you only dissed Compton for the money, so he gave you a pass. But you ain't moving nothing on the streets. Get off the nuts in my city with them whack beats that ain't fun.
It's worth noting that even in 89, 90, there was two different posse cuts from each coast. Self-Destruction by the Stop the Violence movement and All in the Same Gang by the West Coast All-Stars. I don't know if this plays into the beef, but the East and the West both had a huge posse cut that had a major impact. And I'm sure that the West felt some kind of way, being that none of their artists were on the first posse cut, so they made their own. There was also New York, New York by the Dog Pound. And LA, LA by Mobb Deep Tragedy, Capone and Noreiaga.
LA, big city of dreams, but everything in LA ain't always what it seems.
There was just so many Tupac songs. California Love, Lil Homies, When We Ride on Our Enemies, Hit 'Em Up, Against All Odds, Bomb First. Here's a strange coincidence. I don't know if anybody ever noticed, but LL Cool J and Notorious B.I.G. both have the same song. So LL has Going Back to Cali. Biggie has Going Back to Cali. Biggie also had Who Shot Ya, and LL Cool J had I Shot Ya. Were these just coincidences? I don't know, but somehow they may or may not, they're denied, play into the whole East-West thing. I mean, at the end of Lil Homies, Tupac says, LL Cool J, say what? I'll ring your bell. And then you got the West Side Connection with Bow Down when the menacing W with the hand gesture was created.
Talk the talk, walk the walk. Kiss me on wax, and I'm trying to saw your whole neck off, yeah.
Penthouse Playaz Clique had a song with Eazy-E and DJ Quik called P.S. Fuck You Too.
Like you South Bronx niggas, started like rats with songs more corny than your TV raps. So if you're looking in the source mag and don't see me, it's cause the fucking East Coast is the enemy.
There's also a track called Paystyle by Too Short where he takes tons of shots at like backpacking culture.
We ain't doing no freestyles. I don't even know how to do that shit. And you got no respect for me, is that right? Well, jump your ass on the train with your backpack tight and keep rapping. You're outside in the parking lot in front of the cars, standing in a circle with some wannabe stars, freestyling, but you ain't original. Say you're shooting everything when you're simping, no. Now ask New York, can Too Short flow? I'm a true blue West Coast pioneer, Dr. Dre, Ice-T, and all the rest. All that money we making, don't fault the West, cause we ain't the ones who created rap, but when the West Coast laid it, we made it fat.
And on In the Trunk, Too Short also mentions the East.
And after 3 platinum albums, you call me weak, cause I don't sell records in the East.
And finally, you have Tweety Bird Loke, the South Bronx Can't Touch Compton.
South Bronx, here I go. It's finally the time I cut the nigga, let him know.
And is there a more iconic and memorable moment in hip-hop history than when Suge Knight took the stage at the Source Awards?
Any artist out there want to be an artist and want to stay a star and don't want to have to worry about the executive producer trying to be all in the videos, all on the record, dancing. Come to Death Row.
This bullshit about the East Coast and the West Coast started when we went out to New York to do the Source Awards. I mean, the whole crowd started booing, and then I thought to myself, like, why would you do that?
The East Coast don't love Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. The East Coast ain't got no love for Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg and Death Row. Y'all don't love us. Y'all don't love us.
In the aftermath of the death of Tupac and Biggie, all the rappers tried to remove any responsibility for any association or participation in the East-West War, and they even called it the supposed East-West War. And that always bothered me because clearly they are somewhat responsible. Even they blamed it on the journalists, but you could clearly see they're in their own videos that they had to write, perform, not only in the studio, but also on camera for a video, and even live at the Source Awards. I always felt gaslit by it, like, don't believe your lying eyes or your lying ears. And it's like, man, some of you guys came up on this East-West War and now you're going to deny it even existed? Come on, man. What was even craziest is the rap fans adopted this narrative. I don't know if they just believed it or if they were trying to protect the artist from somehow getting caught up in something. But when people blindly follow a narrative, it bothers me. And when people don't understand that the music business is business and it's show business, and a lot of this is for show, not all of it is real. The East-West thing had to happen because the East Coast clearly had an embargo against the West Coast and down south in their publications like The Source and whatnot. So it is tragic that it did lead to many deaths, not only of the artists, but and also of just regular people. But ultimately, the conclusion with the deaths basically killed rap as we know it. The golden age ended with their deaths. Rap continues on to this day, but the fans from that time period feel like it's never recaptured the moment of that 93 to 97 period. West lasted from 1990 to 1996 with the death of Tupac. I hope this video provided some kind of insight. If some of these tracks you never heard before, you might check them out. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.